Hi there. So this one I hope will be brief. Um, I just wanted to elaborate a little bit more in my own words what it is that is, I suppose, the through line between both the things that I do not humiliate for and also the things that I have listed as soft limits. So um, on the humiliation point, so I've named a number of things that I do not humiliate people for. For instance, their weight, their sexual orientation, gender, so on and so forth. The reason that I do not do humiliation of this sort is because, one, I do not think that these things are worthy of humiliating, I suppose. And so at times when I've attempted to do that sort of humiliation in the past, it's felt very uncomfortable for me. I've felt disingenuous in doing so. And so it's just not really me bringing my best, number one. Number two, it actually kind of hurts my heart a little bit to humiliate people for things that are just elements of humanity. And so that reason, I suppose, in itself is good enough as to why I don't. What that does lead to, though, because I know a lot of people will look through those humiliation limits and then go, well, okay, so what is it that you do as humiliation? Because there's sort of far more examples in porn and those sorts of things of the insulting and the berating and the degrading. So the type of humiliation that I am actually genuinely really interested in is humiliation that really brings us into the present moment of what is occurring. So it might be, for instance, having you perform a humiliating task. It might be having you engage in some embarrassing behavior. It might be pointing out things that you obviously really, really enjoy that can feel a little bit vulnerable in a fun way. Or it could be, exploring your natural reactions in the moment of being shy or of getting really flustered and falling over yourself. And going into those sorts of things that are actually occurring in the moment because they feel far more real because they're actually happening. And that can be really, really fertile ground as opposed to just sort of pulling from, name-calling stereotypes. And the rest of it escapes me. There we go. So that's what I enjoy about humiliation. Now, for the soft limits, the through line for most of them is that they hinge very much on overly verbose, really constant, forceful, or very sort of pornified, unreal elements to talking and to interacting. So that, I suppose, is also links back to the humiliation side of things. It's not real for me to insult someone based on their race. No. Much like it's not real for me to just be constantly screaming at someone from the get-go and being hyper aggressive, or being in a position where I'm sort of having to constantly narrate these fantasy things that I might have done elsewhere as a hot wife to a cuckold. The reason that I find those quite difficult is because for me to be constantly thinking about something else to say, storyline, upping the ante, that sort of thing, it takes me out of noticing you and responding to you and playing with you and enjoying myself, because it's all very cerebral and up here. So I find it really very challenging at best. And honestly, it just really takes me out of the moment. There are some service providers who are absolutely fantastic at that, just the constant talking and the barrage and the, you know, like heavily slutty, filthy language. And that's awesome. My brain just doesn't particularly work that way. So if that is something that you're really wanting, or you're wanting ongoing, then I'm not the person for you. However, what I am very happy to do is to talk about, again, what's actually occurring in the moment, places that we might take that in the future, things that you might be feeling, things that I'm feeling, and just really making it very grounded in what is occurring in the real, in the life then and there. So I hope that elucidates it for you.